I'm coming in.
The moment that clear, well-composed voice echoed through the silent classroom, every pair of eyes in the room was instantly fixed on the new transfer student. Rian Himemiya was a girl who had a slender figure like a model. As she stood next to the teacher's desk, she looked around the entire classroom with rather cold eyes, before slightly bowing.
My name is Rian Himemiya, and I will be joining this class starting today. Nice to meet you all.
Adding to her choice of words, her vibe somehow repelled others. The moment I saw her, I understood that she must be in a different league.
Miss Himemiya, your seat is going to be over there. Okay.
The entire classroom rustled after the teacher's words. I could feel the jealousy of the girls and the hopefulness of the guys throughout the classroom. In the meantime, I couldn't help but wonder. Why is she assigned next to my seat? My name is Hinata Ashiya, an ordinary high school student who happened to be seated next to a beautiful transfer student. I have a brother who's in his second year in college. My brother has a completely different personality from mine. He's handsome and popular. I'm sorry, Hinata. Akari's here today, so I want you to leave the house for about 2 hours. What? Again?
Oh, I feel bad for him. Maybe we can have your brother join us.
No thank you. Yuto has always been popular, but he tends to bring a girl to our house every time our parents are gone. Every girl he brings over is always like her, and they're usually the type that I struggle to get along with. I can't argue with my brother, so I usually just leave the house in a situation like this. Oh, is that Miss Himemiya? When I was walking around the neighborhood, I saw Miss Himemiya, the transfer student. It seemed like she moved to our neighborhood, and I saw her walk out of the high rise that was built recently. She's beautiful, and she's rich. She lives in a completely different world from where I live.
Oh, you're...
Yikes! She found me! My name is Hinata Ashiya, and I'm your classmate.
Do you live in this neighborhood?
Yes, I live in a house that's right around the corner.
So you're my neighbor.
Huh? Oh.
Your seat is right next to mine too. What a coincidence.
She reacted a bit differently from my expectations. Rather than repelling me, she talked to me in a friendly manner.
Ashiya, are you going somewhere right now?
Well, it's more like I don't have a place to go.
Huh?
Oh, nothing. I don't have any plans, and I was just roaming around.
I see.
What about you?
I was going to go shopping, but...
But? What's the matter?
I don't really know the area since I just recently moved here.
She seemed to be a bit troubled, so I decided to show her around the town to kill time. After she was done shopping, we went to a park, where I discovered something surprising.
I'm sure I left a bad impression when I introduced myself.
Huh. Well, I thought you were a rather calm person.
I'm not really a calm person at all. It's my first time transferring schools, so I was a little nervous. I'm not very good with people.
Really? That's surprising.
A lot of people say that, but I'm actually very shy. But I'm a little surprised that I could talk to you so naturally. I don't mean to be rude, but I feel like I've known you for a long time.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. This was how Miss Himemiya and I started to feel comfortable talking to each other. It's just that Miss Himemiya was always conscious about how others saw her at school, so I decided to help her become friends with her classmates. She seemed a bit awkward during the first week, but she eventually started to reveal her true self. After about 2 weeks, I started seeing her with other girls all the time. And at that point, the guy stopped being jealous about how I was seated right next to her either. It almost felt like we were back to our peaceful days for a while.
Hey, Ashia!
What is it, Miss Himemiya?
Are you going to the cafeteria? I'll go with you.
Wouldn't you want to spend your lunch break with your friends?
You're my friend too.
In that case, you can be more casual with me.
I'll just stay natural the way I am, so don't worry about it.
Miss Himemiya is such an upright person. We had a good relationship too. Since we were neighbors and we'd take the same route to go home, we sometimes went home together. I was happy that she called me her friend. She was always smiling, so I enjoyed having her company. And about a month later, she seemed to blend into our school. What should I do? I have a crush on Miss Himemiya. Because we were spending so much time together, I started to be conscious of her. I'd never felt this way before, and I didn't know what to do. I wonder how Miss Himemiya feels about me.
What should I do? I have a crush on Ashia. My name is Rian Himemiya. I know this is a sudden topic, but I fell in love with Hinata Ashia, the boy who's seated next to me. Because we were spending so much time together, I've been conscious of him. I've never felt this way before, and I don't know what to do. I am a transfer student, and I started attending this school about a month ago. I'm a shy person, and I was terrible at introducing myself. But I happened to run into Ashia, the boy who was seated next to me in my neighborhood. I started talking to him, and thanks to that, I was able to blend into the class. I can't appreciate him enough. However, I feel presumptuous.
It wasn't until later that we discovered that we were thinking the same. We were conscious of each other, but we were both trying to refrain. This means that we would have been in a relationship as long as either of us confessed to one another.
You know what?
Huh? What is it?
The exam is coming up. Do you want to study with me?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. Can we do it at your house?
All right.
I'm going to fully utilize this opportunity.
And it wasn't until later that we discovered that we were thinking the same this moment too. We wanted to get close to each other by studying together for the exam. We both planned to confess as we took a step at a time. But then, not everything always goes perfectly in this world. That night, my family was enjoying dinner together, since it had been a long time since the four of us were all at home. My friend will be here next Saturday to study with me.
Oh, how unusual.
What's your friend like? She's a transfer student.
I have work until late at night on Saturday, so I'm sad that I won't get to see her.
I have work too, Hinata. Make sure you pay attention to what she teaches you. Ugh. Why are you assuming that I'd be the one getting taught?
Well, you know it for yourself.
I'll try my best. What time are you going to have your friend here that day? It'll be in the afternoon. In that case, I'll let you have the house in the afternoon, so I want you out in the morning. What? Again? What do you mean, again? Don't worry about it. Yuto, I'm worried about your grades.
Have you been going to classes? Your grades have been declining.
I said don't worry. Unlike Hinata, I know what I'm doing. Anyway, make sure you graduate from college, okay? And it was Saturday. I was having lunch with Miss Himemiya, and I planned on taking her home after that.
The food is delicious here.
This is my favorite restaurant in our neighborhood.
I'm sure I'll be back.
She's always beautiful, but she looks even prettier than usual. It's been a while since I saw Miss Himemiya in her clothes. She's wearing light makeup, and I can slightly smell perfume from her. We're only about to study after this, but I wonder why she's dressed up so well. I hope I can focus on studying. And after we were done having lunch, we came to my house.
I am coming in.
Go ahead. Of course, it was the first time in my life to bring a girl to my house. I made sure I thoroughly cleaned my room since a few days ago. However... What?! I was shocked to see what was in my room when I opened the door. I made sure I cleaned my room, but it was messy. There were some snacks and juice on my table, my bed was all messed up. I wondered what was going on.
Oh, do I smell something sweet? It smells like a woman's perfume.
Oh, it must have been my brother. I knew it was him. I was sure he brought his girlfriend here while I was gone. The next moment, Miss Himemiya picked something off the floor.
Is this?
Oh no, is that... It was a package for a used condom. That moment, I couldn't forgive my brother for doing this!
Ashia, did you bring a girl into your room?
No, that belongs to my brother!
Even if it was your brother's, who would do it in his brother's room?
My brother would do that! This is bad. Miss Himemiya is extremely upset.
I'm leaving!
Rian stood up all of a sudden and stormed out of my house. I could hear her exiting the house by opening the front door. I felt like this was over. What a terrible way to end this. I called my brother as I was furious. Hey! You better explain this to me! Huh? What are you talking about? You brought your girlfriend into my room! Oh, about that. Akari said that she wanted something different today. So I said that we might feel like we're doing something different if we change where we do it. And she wanted to do it in your room. Oh my goodness, that doesn't make it okay for you to enter my room without even asking! Oh, don't be so mad. I'll return you a favor when I feel like it, okay? I'm hanging up. I'm busy. He hung up on me! I thought about cutting ties with him as he hung up.
I'm back.
Whoa, Miss Himemiya, since when have you been there?
I went to a convenience store.
I'm surprised that you came back.
I'm surprised with myself too, because I didn't think I'd buy something like this.
Buy something like this? Wait, what? As I peeked inside the shopping bag, I counted a box of condoms, 12 pieces per box, inside. I didn't know what to think, and I forgot about the fact that I was upset with my brother. What's Miss Himemiya trying to do, buying something like this?
I tend to have a high forbearance.
What are you talking about?
I know that men sometimes can't control themselves. I studied it in health classes.
You don't have to talk about that knowledge right now!
It's just that I'm extremely jealous. I'm going to make you admit that you'd rather have me than other girls.
I admit it already! I admit that you're a wonderful girl, and I would never want other girls!
In that case, why is there a used condom?
Okay, I'll explain it to you, so I need you to listen. I then decided to tell her what I discovered after I called my brother just earlier. I felt awkward telling my crush about my family member's shame. After understanding what was going on, Miss Himemiya started blushing as she looked down at her feet.
Does that mean, I ended up misunderstanding?
Well, I guess you can put it that way.
I am sorry.
Oh, but thanks to the situation, I guess I found out what I didn't know.
I'm so embarrassed. What kind of girl would go buy condoms before even confessing her feelings?
Yeah, I guess most girls would confess first. But then, surprisingly, I was able to discover that Miss Himemiya had a crush on me. And since I discovered this fact, I wanted to give her an answer. However, I'm sorry, but I can't respond to your feelings just yet. Oh, but I hope you don't misunderstand. I have a crush on you too, and I planned on confessing to you today.
What? Really?
Yeah, but there's something I want to clear up before that, so we can take a moment to talk about this after that. Is that okay? Since we weren't in the mood to study that day, and I wasn't in the mood to confess to her either, I felt bad for Miss Himemiya, but I asked her to leave for the day. I then reached out to my parents to tell them what happened today. My parents decided to leave work early, and the three of us ended up waiting for my brother to come home. I'm home! Sit down. My brother came home in high spirits, but turned pale as soon as he saw the atmosphere inside the house. He read the room and sat down. He probably realized why we were upset with him. Is what Hinata told us the truth? Yes, it is. Have you been kicking Hinata out of the house every time you bring your girlfriend home?
To add, what were you even thinking, bringing your girlfriend into Hinata's room?
Well, And now, it's your turn to be kicked out of this house. I want you to leave this house. What? Don't you think that's too much? In that case, you better reflect back on what you've done all along. You look down on Hinata, but he always helps with housekeeping while he studies hard.
Don't you feel ashamed?
What the heck? You guys keep favoring Hinata. Okay, fine. I'm leaving this house. We never thought things would turn out this way, but my brother ended up leaving the house. At this point, rather than being upset, I didn't even know what to say to him. I was guessing that he probably went to live with his girlfriend. So now, I finally felt better after my brother left my house.
Yeah, Ashia. Hey, are you listening?
Huh? What is it?
You seem a bit indifferent today. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I told Miss Himemiya about what happened with my brother.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it wasn't your fault, so don't worry about it. My brother has always been like that, and I feel like it's time for him to learn his lesson.
But then... Ashia, you've been bothered about your brother, right?
He was probably just giving as good as he got, but he should have reflected on himself at that moment. He didn't have to leave the house, but all he had to do was apologize.
You might be right, but then...
Miss Himemiya, you don't have to worry about it. Anyway, since the whole incident about my brother is over, I'm ready to talk about what we were saying the other day.
Okay.
I've always had a crush on you too, so will you be my girlfriend?
Yes, of course!
And that was how Miss Himemiya and I started a relationship. I'm terribly sorry. And that was how Miss Himemiya and I started a relationship. Within the first few weeks after we started our relationship, my brother came back home to apologize. My parents were still mad at him, but I was curious why he decided to apologize. My brother explained to me why, but starting from the conclusion his girlfriend broke up with him. Things were going well at first when he moved into his girlfriend's house. However, after about 3 days, his girlfriend ended up being upset with my brother's arrogant behavior. After the 4th day, he stayed at an internet cafe, but since he didn't even have a job, he soon ran out of funds. He said he's been staying at a park the past 2 days. Is that why you're back begging to live here again? How selfish. That's not true, Dad! What's not true? I'm thinking about working. I found a factory that provides housing. I want to fix myself by quitting school and working full-time. I know that I've caused you guys so much trouble, so I'll never show my face to you guys again. I'm here to apologize to you, Mom, and Hinata. I'm truly sorry for what I've done. After formally apologizing to us, my brother left the house again. And 3 months have passed by. Miss Himemiya and I have continued on with a good relationship, and I brought her to my house since my parents wanted to meet her.
Nice to meet you. My name is Rian Himemiya.
Nice to meet you. We're Hinata's parents.
Oh my, what a beautiful girl.
Miss Himemiya was upright and polite, and my parents were fond of her. She came to my house a few times after that, and she got along with my parents well. Having that said, even when I bring her home, we don't do anything special. Needless to say, we never use condoms. I sometimes wonder if that's okay as a healthy high school boy, but because of what happened with my brother, it was more important for me to make sure my parents didn't have to worry about anything. Miss Himemiya chooses to be with me with that in mind too. She's such an uptight and wonderful person.
Have you spoken to your brother since then?
We did, but I don't think I need to worry about him. He said that he works at a food manufacturing factory that provides housing in Chiba Prefecture. He sent me a picture. Do you want to see it?
Sure, I want to see it. Wow, he's like a completely different person.
My brother had always been a kind and reliable person. We became a bit distant ever since he started attending high school, but I feel like he's back to his old self.
I'm glad to hear that.
My parents seemed to be relieved when they saw this picture too. They won't express it, but I could tell that they're worried about him. By the way, my brother and father still don't talk to each other. My mother's in touch with him though, and she said that my brother is always worried about me. She also said that he's been paying back his college tuition little by little. I need to appreciate my brother too.
For what?
If he hadn't done those things in my room that day, we may have never discovered how we felt about each other. Maybe I wouldn't have known how you felt about me.
I made such a huge mistake out of a misunderstanding. Even if that incident never happened, I would have confessed to you.
You're right. Maybe I would have confessed to you too. My brother may have been a booster, but I want to appreciate him for it anyway. I'm planning on visiting him sometime soon.
But by the way...
What's the matter? Your face is turning red.
It's wonderful to have a clean relationship, but sometimes I wish we could act like lovers.
Like lovers?
Would kissing be okay?
What's the matter all of a sudden?
We're in a relationship, so I feel like kissing should be okay.
This isn't fair. She's so cute. I can't possibly refuse. I guess kissing is okay.
Okay, so let's do this.
We kissed, but we didn't do anything further. But then, I kind of understand why my brother ended up going after his greed back then. I never knew a girl could be so soft and smell good.
How many times are we allowed to kiss?
You don't have to ask me that. We can kiss as many times as we want.
In that case, will you please kiss me?
Sure, as long as you're okay with it. I gave it all my best to control myself. And this will be a side story. After Rian and I graduated from high school, we started attending the same college. Since our school is far from our neighborhood, we each live in an apartment, but we're almost always over at each other's place. Rian! Dinner's almost ready!
Yay!
Hey, what's the matter?
I feel like I want to hug you.
As we continued with our relationship, Rian's personality became more outgoing and cheerful. It's been 4 years since we started going out, but my heart still races sometimes when I'm with her.
We've been saving it when we were in high school, but there wouldn't be any problem if we were college students, right?
Let's flirt after we finish dinner.
Okay, thanks for the food.
Our relationship became just a bit more mature than it was. We were a bit freer than when we were in high school. But there's a lesson I learned after what happened with my brother. Things can get messy if we get carried away, and some things won't end up being my sole responsibility. So that's why I want to make sure I'm considerate to others by controlling myself at times.
It sometimes feels a little lonely when you're cherishing me too much.
What? Really?